Welcome to Mindset Monday. Are we live? Is this happening? Oh my goodness. It's always so interesting in the chat every week. It's so easy. It's so easy for me to have a perfect live stream. Everybody always gets notified. The technology always works every single time, which is really cool. Oh, the lighting moves on its own. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Welcome. I was just affirming about how amazing our Instagram always works. And I love that about it. Our Instagram. I mean the live stream. But yeah, Instagram is going really well right now. I don't know if it's going to connect to Instagram today, which is kind of a bummer. So hello, welcome everybody. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in to Mindset Monday and giving yourself the space and opportunity to really connect with your intentions, connect with yourself, to enjoy who you are and what you came to do. Welcome. So, what I want to do is have you drop in the chat. Let me know what's the good news we're manifesting and we're celebrating. Tell me about what you've manifested. Tell me about the good news. Tell me about what was coming through. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi, August. Hi, Mohammed. Hi, Laura. Hi, Steve. Hi, Froggy. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Laura. Hi, Laura times 2. Hi, Angel. Hello. Welcome. And I apologize. I want to hear about what you've manifested. I want to hear your good news. And I admit I am a bit distracted because my Instagram the Instagram part didn't work and didn't go live. So I'm going to see if I can get the Instagram people on so that we can get everybody together. And while I'm doing that, I would love for you to share with me what you're celebrating, what is the good news, what have you manifested. Let's start off on a positive note and we can share them and we can witness each other. Oh, I didn't turn it on. Cool. Did I do that? Oh gosh. Every week it's so easy to go live. I don't know if anybody does a weekly live stream, but let me know. Am I the only one that is that always has such an easy time doing it? Is that just me? Is anybody else just me? Anybody else or just me? Oh yes. Okay, we're working on Instagram. Yes. Oh my god, we did it. I'm so happy I was able to do it midstream so that we can invite our beautiful Instagram people into the chat. So hello, we're all here now. Okay. We are all here. Hello, welcome. Mindset Monday. Can we officially start? Hi, everybody. Hi, Carly. Hi, Millionaire Moko. Hello. Harley Sexy Moon. I love it. Dina, hi. Lucida, hello. So what we're doing right now, if you're just joining us, we are talking about what we've manifested. We're sharing our good news. We are sharing any celebrations that we've had so that we can witness each other and start the call off on a good note, on a good vibration. I decided to wear lip gloss today, and now I have a fuzzy stuck to my lip, so I, of course, can't move forward. Oh my gosh, did I get it? No, I relocated it. Oh my goodness. Okay, lip gloss. Wow. The lip gloss Oh, I can't. Okay. Lip gloss chronicles is really easy to say. Let's just focus. Let's focus on what we're doing. Let's get the trains back on track, right? If you don't know, I there's been ADHD diagnosed in my and in my awareness. So sometimes my thoughts go off in a completely different tangent. But just so you know, let that be inspiration for you to know that even if you do have really a really good practice of staying focused on your thoughts, you can always improve it and you can always continue manifesting and it can always work in your favor. So, Carly says, I'm manifesting romanticization of my life. I love that. Angel says, I manifested food and stuff, food and something that you're not attached to. Perfect. So continue to detach from things that you would like to manifest. Hi Tam, welcome. Morgan says, I got a guitar after saying I'll try to find one in person instead of online unless one magically appears. I was gifted one that the exact body and exact color I wanted that evening. Wow. Wait. All right. That's amazing. So that is really just proof that things can happen fast. You can see movement very quickly in your reality. And it's really about allowing yourself to imagine the reality that you want, imagine the experience that you want, and then sit back and let it unfold. Besa says, how does one detach? So thinking about attachment, okay? The things that you are attached to are the things that you might have a harder time manifesting, or let me say that the opposite way. The things you have a harder time manifesting are the things that you are attached to. And the things that are easier to manifest are the things that just come through without you trying. Those have less of an attachment to them. So what an attachment is, what that really means is that you have stories or ideas about this particular thing, this particular manifestation, about how it works for you, how it works in your life, and you have expectations of how things will go. So you have fears, worries, doubts, insecurities, whatever, based on the experiences you've had in the past with that specific thing, with that thing that you're trying to manifest. And those stories give you preconceived notions. It gives you expectations. It gives you a template, if you will, of how it might go down. And because there is a template, you can think of that as like a worn groove in a path. If it starts raining, the rain is just going to naturally go down that path because energy is going to flow where there's least resistance, right? So there's less resistance to this notion because you've had experience with it. So when you are detaching, part of it is releasing the need for it to go whatever way you want, right? Which is generally the opposite way of how it's normally gone, or different at least. So you have to start disassociating, or like stop needing it to go a certain way. Stop needing it to look a certain way. You're letting go of parameters like numbers, sizes, containers, time constraints. Because it's when you add qualifiers to your manifestation that you slow it down. When you focus your energy or your mindset onto something that you want, you are already like in motion of manifesting it. But then when your pattern thinking or your habitual thought process or your past experiences about that thing, whatever it is, kind of creep in, oh yeah, but this happened last time, or yeah, but this never happens to people like us, or every time I do that, this thing, yeah, but I can't because whatever, that shit. And you allow yourself to continue thinking in that manner. That is you staying attached to your old experience with the thing, which just deepens those grooves, right? So you have to say, well, that may have happened in the past, but that doesn't mean it's happening now. I choose that that's not happening now, or, I'm getting something different, or not in my reality, or however you want to send it away. But what you do is you stop making it mean anything. You make it's nothing. Nothing is anything. Like everything you think exists is just an idea. It's like it's a fallacy. It's an illusion. It's fake. It's a hologram. I'm trying to find words to so. Okay, I'm going to explain something that they talked to me about in my meditation today. Where you actually exist is in a place where there's like nothing until you want something to be. So if you said chair, there'd just be a chair there. And the more you think about the chair, the more you populate the reality of the chair, the more you associate the chair, with the chair, the more you sit on the chair, the more you become part of the chair, the more the reality of you and the chair is like deeper and enmeshed in your mindset, the easier it is to recall the chair and keep the chair in your constant awareness. So you really have to begin practicing choosing to put your attention on something else, because it's just going to grow, because that's how it works. And whatever you put your mind on is what you conjure. So if you can't put your mind on the reality you want for long enough, and you keep going back to observing what's actually going on around you, what you're actually experiencing, you conjure more of that, because you can only focus on one thing at a time. There's only one thing you are aware of, right? Like there's only one truth you fucking know of, and it's you, me, right now. This is my life, and this is what I want it to be. It's this, and I wish it were this. Just by you identifying as that, you stay as this person the longer you are. It's this and not this. 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 It'll never be this when it's always this. So you have to be very disciplined, awareness and discipline, always 360 method, in how you define what you think is true for you. And so detaching is literally about being like, well, I don't care. I don't care how long it's been. I don't care how long I've tried. I don't care if I've never, or if I always, I don't care if I had it and I lost it. I don't care if it's easy, if it's hard. It's none of those things. It's just mine. Thanks. And you're removing any sort of expectation. You're removing fear. You're removing doubt, because what is doubt in a realm where you can conjure anything with a thought? Doubt is really just a stronger belief in the reality without the thing you want. It's really all it is. So the more you can understand what's happening on earth and in this realm with this energy, the more you can wrap your mind around how you can maintain that awareness and keep it in the front of your mind that says, like, this is this is not just some realm or this hard world planet in the middle of nowhere where cause and effect is the law and shit just happens to you. That is not who you are. It's not the truth of reality. So really immersing yourself in that awareness and being of it, and practicing knowing and using and allowing yourself to watch the unfolding happen for you, versus wondering why it's not happening for you. It's a difference in who you are. It's a difference in the way you perceive reality, and that changes everything, because again, you're in this 0 point field, if you will. That's what they call it in some of the spaces. So you're in this 0 point field where everything you focus on just is conjured, like we just said earlier. So whatever you focus on is going to be conjured. And the longer you focus on it, the more tangible it becomes. You get to populate it out, and the more used to it you become, so that it becomes easier for you to conjure. And so allowing yourself again to detach from needing things to go a certain way, from needing it, I don't need it now, it just is. There is no time. I'm not waiting on it. It just is. I'm having this. This is the thing that I want. Thank you. And letting yourself be the version and the person that understands that's on its way. Like when you go to a restaurant, you understand that you're going to be waiting, but you'll have your meal, right? It's just a part of the deal. And sometimes the food comes so much faster. Sometimes you think there's going to be a wait and you get sat at the table right away. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're actually not waiting as long as you think. You just have to like not obsess over it. Like when you're waiting and you're just like, oh, I fucking hate that I'm waiting. It makes it take longer. When you're waiting and you distract yourself, it goes by in a second. So Angie says, I highly recommend reading The Power of Now. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna make, I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but I keep feeling like I should make a post or a resource of something of like my favorite manifestation books or like must reads that I think everybody should read. And then I'm also working on my own book right now too, to like funnel all of this information that I'm getting in my meditations every day, because they're showing me so much and helping me understand Earth so much. It's like and I'm writing a lot of it in my meditation journal, but I need to start getting it into, online on the Googly Docs so that we can get it out to people and they can read it. Because so much information is being just like shown to me. So I really like, these sessions with you when we do these live streams, because then it's an outlet for me to kind of share a lot of the information that I'm getting, because I'm getting this kind of shit 7 days a week. And Froggy, if you don't mind sharing your testimonial, because I finally got to you about meditating every day and like really deepening your meditation experience and how powerful it can be. And it's one of those things, like once you kind of get to this point where I keep seeing the image of Lucy, the movie with Scarlett Johansson, Lucy, where she just kind of starts knowing everything. They keep showing me that. And it's like, there is all this knowledge and infinite and always growing every single day, more and more happening that you can just tap into and get everything you want, answers, guidance. Like it's so vast that I can't like put it into words, but tapping into it every single day and pulling from the information, like this is stuff that Einstein's this is stuff that Einstein was doing, and you can do it and it's free. And I'm telling you, the power of being able to control reality, to control your thoughts, to watch your biggest desires unfold with certainty, without doubt, without fear. It's very powerful. What else? What else would you do here? To me, it's like, what else would you do? Why would you be here if and not do this if this was an opportunity for you? So 360 method, this is where I teach how to do that, how to master it, how to make it a part of your everyday life so that you are using your awareness to spot when you're taking yourself away from the manifestations you want, and then using your discipline to put yourself back in and to stay there, right? That's what we're doing with 360 method, is constantly you're watching to make sure that you're in. And if you catch yourself out, you're putting yourself back in over and over and over all day long, so that as many moments of every single day, you know that you are manifesting exactly what you want, and you're not wasting time or energy or manifestations on a bunch of bullshit that's triggering you, that's messing you up, that's making it worse, that's reinforcing your victim story, whatever. All of that is space that is occupying your mind, that is wasted, that could be used to manifest your ideal reality. To me, it's about optimization. Like it's a game, it's a numbers thing, it's a formula, it's a finite. I'm only awake for a certain amount of time during the day. I can only think so many thoughts per day. Like thankfully, humanity, you can only kind of really think one thought at a time, right? You can only say one sentence at a time. You can only say one word at a time. So that allows you to understand that thoughts are linear, right? So your thoughts are lining up linearly, which is probably why we think time goes linearly. But we're lining our thoughts up linearly, right? And one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other is a footstep in the direction of whatever reality. It doesn't really matter, because it's all possible. Anything you can fathom has to already be a reality you can get to. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to think of it. So you are constantly moving somewhere, like the wheels of a car. They're always going somewhere. If you don't steer, you're going to end up where, I don't know, I don't know, could be anywhere. And that's the real answer. It's like it could be anywhere. And most likely it'll probably be what feels most comfortable. You drive somewhere that you're used to because you don't know where to go. Or you'll get lost and get scared and then have to go back home because they need to be safe and comfortable. So, but when you have a map, when you have directions, when you have a place to go, when you know a night, you have an itinerary, you know what you're doing. You can get fucking anywhere as long as you keep moving the wheels, you keep the car on going in the right direction, you will get there. You just will. So there's only so many thoughts you can think a day. There's only so much time in a day. If you become a master of what you think during the day, you become a master of what you manifest, period. You become a master of your reality, period. That is when you become untouchable, unstoppable. Everything that you desire is no longer an if. It's a matter of how is this going to unfold? That's going to be really cool when I get there. And I don't need it to happen right now because I'm fully satisfied right now in this moment. And also, I'm enjoying manifestations from before. I'm enjoying the manifestations I was working on last month. So all I'm going to do is keep enjoying, stay grateful, stay aware, stay disciplined, keep my mind on the reality where I want to go, and also enjoy where I'm at. Appreciate. So 360 method, if this is resonating with you, you want to learn how to keep these thoughts on track. You want to know how to not be that's actually not, it's not about not being triggered. It's about how you respond to the triggers. And the more often you respond in your chosen manner to your triggers, the less triggered you will be, because the less triggering shit you'll do to yourself that will later result in you manifesting something to trigger you. And then if you're reacting less and less, then there's less to trigger you. And it just becomes this nice, like little, that's not the analogy I want to say. Oh my goodness. Oh geez. Give me something else. Oh my gosh. I was going to say snake eating its own tail. And then I was like, no, I want something cuter. And then they showed me like a cat licking its own butt. I'm like, no. They're like, you mean fluffy? Fluffy and cute, not gross, please. But the gross analogies are always so funny. And they really like, sometimes they drive it home. So anyways, that's the cycle. So when we're talking about self-sabotage, it is the same thing. It's the same conversation. It's that in the moments when something unpleasant is happening, or sometimes it's something pleasant is happening, right? Like people have different ways that they self-sabotage. Everybody has what I call your own personal brand of self-sabotage. And it is the way that you personally like fuck yourself over, right? And everybody has it. Everybody does it a different way for themselves. And the first step to stopping it is to locate it, to identify how you self-sabotage, how you get in your own way, what it is that you do that is crossing your own boundaries, what it is that you do that is causing you to fold when you should remain strong. And for some people it's something negative happens, and so we react with fear, worry, doubt. We think things aren't going to work out. For some people, it's like everything is too good, and we start to worry that it's not going to last, or when is the other shoe going to drop? So you start creating little instances to make it fall apart, so you kind of have that control over it, right? And again, everybody does their own self-sabotage differently. But hi, Fly Girls, hello. But either way, knowing the way that you do it and then being able to recognize it in the moment when it's happening and stop yourself is the work, and then redirect it. Leanne, you said that sounds like a fun party game. Your own personal brand of self-sabotage. What module is that in 360 method? I can't remember. I feel like it's like module 1 or maybe module 2, but it's right at the beginning where we just start going straight into what it is that you do to get in your own way. Hi, Michael. Hi, Andrew. So let's ask the chat. I want you to kind of get involved. Let's wake you up if you're here. If you're here with me live, leave in the chat. I want to know, like, what do you, it is module 1. Okay. So it's right in the beginning. Cool. So this is a little bit of 360 method. I'm going to give you a little teaser. I want to ask you, what is it that you do to get in your own way? Like, how do you stop the flow of good things? Is it that you're reacting negatively when a test comes up? You're working on it and you think you're doing the work, and then when it's time to apply the work, you're not able to? Is it that things are really going great for you and then you have to like nitpick and mess things up and you want to meddle with it to make it feel like, I don't know, like sometimes people thrive in chaos. Sometimes people want to be in control of the demise of things so that they're not blindsided by it. So the question for you in the chat, if you're just now joining us, is what do you do to self-sabotage? How do you get in your own way? And I call this your own personal brand of self-sabotage. This is what we do in module 1 of 360 method, which is my manifesting method, my signature method. And so I'm doing a little test, a little teaser, a little taster. Hi, Radiance. Hello. What is it that you do to self-sabotage, to get in your own way, to like mess things up? Let's just call attention to it. We can bring it up from the surface and then we'll work on it. That'll be your homework this week, to work on how, or, to stop doing this thing, stop getting in your own way, so that you can move forward. Andrew says, whenever a test comes up, I just tell myself I deserve the best outcome. I love it. Tell us about when you don't do so good. Lauren says, when things are going good, I go, oh, well, it's time for something bad to happen because I can't have too much good. Yep, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So this is like a protection mechanism, Lauren. This is you, again, it's like you're pushing the good stuff away so that when it inevitably does go away, which is where the manifestation happened, it's inevitably going to go away, which pushes it away. You're pushing it away because it's going to go away. You're pushing it away because it's going to go away, which makes it go away. And then it becomes the self-fulfilling prophecy. And the reason why you can't have too much good is because every time you have good, you push it away, you push it away, you push it away. If you're just joining us, the question to the chat is, what is your own personal brand of self-sabotage? How do you get in your own way? How do you stop the flow of good stuff happening to you? How do you step on your own toes? Let's identify it and bring it to the surface. XYZ says, I just get into my head a lot. What are you thinking when you're in there? What does it sound like? August says, I realize I'm more insecure than I was aware of. I relive memories and beat myself up for little things. Okay. Kella Pop Tart says, I'm way too passive and tolerate waiting until all I did was manifest more waiting. Yep. We were talking about that earlier. Lauren says, it's almost like I can accept I'm in the new reality. Almost like you can't accept. Yeah, you can't, almost like you can't accept that you're in the new reality. Got it. That makes sense. And that's totally normal. It's totally normal. Michelle says, I'm always worried people won't like me. So not possible. Danielle says, catastrophizing and negative self-talk keep me crippled mentally. Oof. Too much. That sounds so heavy. That sounds so freaking heavy. Michael says, negative reactions and learning to handle better when I'm in a character building moment. I love that you're calling it a character building moment. I might borrow that. Oh, I love it. It's such a good way to put it. And that's exactly what it is, right? You're becoming stronger. That's where self-leadership is built. And that's where you actually become your next level version instead of staying as you are. Lil M says, let my limiting beliefs get the best of me and then I'm back to my old self. Yep, exactly. Mallory says, geez Louise. Being extremely insecure about not being good enough, procrastinating, and then rushing and creating something below my standards to prove that I'm not good enough. Ooh, Mallory. And like, is it not a little bit refreshing to say these things? Maybe it sucks that this is the pattern that has occurred, but I mean, all you need to do to stop a pattern is to recognize that you're doing it and stop it in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, just stop yourself from recreating the cycle. And in order to do that, you need to be aware. You need to know when it is that you're doing it. And then you have to have that discipline to make yourself stop and redirect the energy always awareness and discipline 360 method. So really just making sure that nothing comes before the practice of staying on top of your mindset, of your awareness, your discipline, keeping that focus front and center so that you don't get taken too far off of your path. Because if you go too far back, if you backslide too much, you go back to your old self, like Lil M was saying. If you do that too much, if you go far back, then like the time it takes you to get all the way back up there, by the time you get up there, you're going to do it again. And then you're going to go all the way back, and then you're going to get all the way back there. You're going to work all the way up, and you have this like point where like what was where was it? Lauren was saying, I can't have too much good. So you have this level where you think, well, that's as far as it can go. And if things start approaching that level, we start self-sabotaging, or, this whole, whatever your brand is, the doubt starts kicking in so that you can go back to the comfortable level. And then you'll be there and you're like, oh, this isn't good enough. I want better. And you start working towards it. Then you reach that barrier and you're like, oh God, oh no, what if I lose everything? And then this is like the back and forth cycle that we talked about last week. We were talking about. Curly says, I don't think I keep enough eye on my thoughts. Yep. I affirm until it comes. And when it does, I stop. Yep. So that is exactly why. So I can guarantee for you, you probably have like a lot of what they call like false starts, or like half manifestations, or you maybe back and forth. But basically it's like, you're going to get only a certain amount. You're going to get there, or you're losing your manifestation. You're not able to keep it, because once you have the manifestation, you have to then be the person that maintains it. You can't be the person. So for one, being the person that's trying to get it is not even good enough anymore, right? Being the person that's not even concerned about it definitely isn't the right version. You need to be the person that has it and considers it in a certain way that maintains it in your life the way you want it to go, right? You pick how you want that thing to be in your life, and you have to maintain the story of it, or it's going to go back to what we talked about earlier, when there's like a more known path, it's a more worn groove. So like the water's going to flow down that path easier, the path of least resistance. If you don't maintain the story or the new mindset or the new practices of who you want to be, you're going to fall back into your old ways, because it's easier to be there. Andrew says, maybe when something goes away, I tell myself something better is coming. It could be a form of self-sabotage. So is it like you're always looking for the next best thing? Is that what you're saying? I just want to get more clarity so I can guide you. Fly Girls, oh, wait, you said I just heard a YouTuber with over 100K mention you as her inspiration. You are the GOAT. Oh, the OG giving you all your flowers. Thank you, Fly Girls. Thanks for letting me know. And thank you for your generosity in doing that in a super chat. And that was very kind of you. And I so appreciate you. And that is like really cool. We're doing it, guys. We're getting there. And really that's a conversation on consistency and just keeping at it, because whoever that person is, the reason they're saying that is because I'm here and I'm showing up every day and I'm still here, so that's awesome. And you really can just do and be whoever you want to be. You just show up and be that fucking person. There's no regulatory board. There's no bitch with a clipboard that's like, you think you're a fucking special star? I don't think so. Like it doesn't exist. So like, why be that person to yourself? Just show up and be like, hi, I'm that bitch. Nice to meet you. That's one thing I've always done is I just like, and it's part of it is because I've never really been the person that is most understood, or like that most people like get. So I've had to just like be okay with who I am and be like, yeah, this is me. Love it or fucking hate it. I don't really care for most of my life. So it allows me to just be like, I just saw Cusco in my head. Boom, bam, baby. Like just, this is who I am. Enjoy it or don't. I don't really care. And it doesn't affect me because it can't. I can't have that be a part of like the story of who I am, because then I would be blown to the wind all the time. And my confidence would constantly be subject to what other people think about me, which is like not my thing. No thanks. So by the way, if that kind of mindset is inspirational for you, or that's where you want to go, It Girl is where we discuss that. I'm just going to change the QR code to It Girl real fast. If anybody wants that replay that just became available, so you can now sign up for It Girl. And it was like life-changing. Even for me teaching it, I elevated self-concept way up here, because why the fuck not? Because I can, because I choose it. And guess what I choose? I am the best of the best. I deserve the best of the best. And I'm not in competition with anybody, and it takes away from no one, and everybody gets to be that for themselves. So It Girl Masterclass. Oh, thanks, Leanne. Okay, so I put the QR code on the chat, on the the screen for anybody that wants to grab it, and then we'll pin it to the chat in YouTube as well. And then if you're on Instagram, it's on my story highlights. Tiffany says, taking myself out of taking the leap due to fear of criticism. My inner child freaks out and says, no, let's not. It's not safe. Pull back. Tiffany, I appreciate your generosity, especially in sharing that in a super chat. And sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, which we all know I'm really good at. And I want to pose this question for you. What would it feel like to you if you reached 90 years old and you are still kind of where you're at right now? Does that feel safe? Just curious. Rebecca says, literally letting myself worry. So back to the question about how we're standing in our own way. How are you self-sabotaging? Letting myself worry, or I've realized recently feeling guilty about my affirmations because they aren't true. Like when they are almost here, but they feel like a white lie. Ooh, I love it. I love the nuance and the insight, right? And so taking in your words, it's hard to affirm because it feels like a lie. So what I like to say about this is like, so lie to yourself. If the option is lying to yourself or being miserable, bitch, lie to yourself, for one. For two, you're already lying to yourself. This is not what you think it is. It's already an illusion. You're already Delulu. You're already believing a lie. You've already convinced yourself of a reality that's not necessarily true. It just happens to be what you're experiencing. So you think that to be the truth, but all realities are true. So, and then none of it's true at the same time as well. If they're all true, then everything's true, but nothing's true also because it's all an illusion. So really, what is true? True is what resonates with you. True is what you desire the most, what you believe to be true. Actually, let's back it up. Truth is what you believe to be, period. But you can change what you believe to be true by allowing yourself to lie. If that's where your mind goes, I'm lying to myself. And I know I've been lying to myself. You've already been lying to yourself, this whole time. Now you're concerned. Now you're concerned when it's going to get you something good. Okay, cool. That's something to look at. And like just kind of taking yourself out of like experience mode and into observer mode. And of course, 360 method, that is awareness and discipline in action. And it's really allowing yourself to take those moments and say, okay, so why does it feel guilty? If I can choose any reality and they're all equal and they're all just infinitely there, why does it matter which one I pick? And this analogy came through. I was talking to Ryland, my girl Ryland, who used to be, if you remember, she used to be on our team. But now she's just friend. Now we're just friends. She doesn't work for me anymore. But we were talking the other day, and I was like, this analogy of it, like a die is coming through, like rolling a die. And it's like, imagine that the hologram of reality had 6 options or whatever. Obviously, it has like a number so large we can't even fathom it. But imagine there were 6. And whatever number you roll the die, whatever's facing up, it just is that. Like, If I roll a die, I could roll a 1 through a 6 and none of it matters. And none of it's more possible than the other. It just is. And they all exist because they're on the die and it doesn't mean anything. And if I don't like it, I could roll again. And so it's kind of the same thing with your reality. It's like, if anything is possible and I can be in any reality, then like really what is there to be guilty of if I choose 5 instead of 6? Why would 1 be mad if I chose it instead of 3? It doesn't compute. When all are available and everything is a possibility, then there is no value, right? None is greater than the other. They're all potential and they're all there and they're just like, it doesn't matter. Roll the fucking die. No one literally cares. You're holding up the game. You know what I mean? Have I listened to the It Girl song? I don't think so. Who is it by? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the songs of the younger generation. I love my 90s music. Oh my gosh, I probably sound like my mother. Not that it's bad, but it's so funny. Like as a kid, you're like, I'm gonna stay hip to all the trends, and then like you get to the trends, and you're like, ugh, no, thank you. Where is Mariah when we need her? So let's see. Back to. I want us to talk back to the idea of. What did August say? I saw, oh yeah. You said, I want to do incredible things, but I don't attempt the things I want to do because I'm scared of falling short on my own high expectations, I'm a huge perfectionist and it paralyzes me into not acting. And then I want to pose the same question I posed to Tiffany. It's like, what is scarier, taking action or getting to 90 and still kind of being where you're at right now, which is not bad. I just want to know, like, is it scarier to stay where you are for a long period of time or to do the things? And I'll tell you right now, like, obviously you can tell the answer in that question by how I pose it, right? But like, you are only going to get to your next level and the next level and the next level by doing the things that are scary. You're only going to get there by doing the things that you don't want to do, the things that you avoid, because it's the things you avoid and the things that you don't want to do that keep you stuck. And oftentimes we have these big stories built up about why we don't want to do something, why we can't, why it's scary, why it'll work out, blah, blah, blah way. And so we avoid doing it. But all that does is avoid you getting to your next level, which is like, isn't that the bigger, scarier thing? Isn't that a worse outcome than ripping the Band-Aid off? Is that you get gangrene and your leg falls off? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that much worse? Do you get my point? So real growth and leadership and movement, hi Linda, has to do with constantly doing the things that are scary and making a habit out of being somebody that takes the action, period, because you're the person that takes the action. Because I'll tell you this right now, the person that doesn't take the action is not your ideal self. And here's how I know, because you're here right now talking about how you're not there. Because you're that person that's not taking the action, right? It's you now. Hi, it's you. Hi, it's you. Is you're the problem. It's you. I don't mean that. I know a lot of people in my audience are Swifties, so I had to. Frogger, good to see you. Thanks for coming. So my life, as Kay, are you still here? I'm just curious. I saw your question. Michael says it is me. Oh my God, I love you guys. So Tiffany says, back to the question, oh no, I know I won't be fulfilled, but at least this me feels like I wouldn't be. Logically, it's a no, and energetically, yeah, you wouldn't be fulfilled. You would not be fulfilled. We already know the answer is that you would not be fulfilled. So like the things Tiffany, why don't you put in the chat the things you're scared to do? Okay. Oh, you just said you had an aha moment. You said, holy crap, you just gave me my aha moment. I just realized this. I only feel that fear when I want to do something that has a foundation from my childhood criticism, not everything. I'll leap on some. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like everybody has their own specific way that they do things to get in their own way. And it has to do with what you experience as a child. And so if you're in 360 method, we get right into this stuff. Like I said, this is module 1 stuff of 360 method, where you are diving straight head into why you're the way you are, why you avoid what you avoid, why you're afraid of doing the things you're afraid of doing. Because like you said, there are things that you will leap on. There are things that you're not afraid to do. The reason why you get into a front row at every fucking concert you go to is because you're not afraid to be up there. You don't think it's being audacious to be that person. And in your mind, it's not, right? So you already know that energy. And it's just about putting that energy onto the things that you don't want to do and not avoiding them. My life as Kay wanted to know about toxic positivity. How I feel about toxic positivity. Okay, let me say this. I don't know what all the girlies are saying about it on the block. I don't consume a lot of people's content about this kind of stuff. Like, I read a lot of books. I do a lot of deep meditation. I do have coaching and I listen to some stuff, but I'm not out here listening to a bunch of random people. And I'm certainly not going to listen to something that's like negative about being positive. And one thing I will say is that like being negative didn't fucking help me in my life. Being negative got me mediocre results and feeling like shit most days. Positivity and commitment to positivity every single life changed my life. It's why we're having this conversation right now. I've had my business for almost 5 years. And when I see people talk about toxic positivity, I'm just like, it kind of like, I don't know. It just gives me the ick. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Because, and if you want to clarify, please do. In my mind, everybody on the fucking planet should be doing everything that they can to process the shit that's going on underneath them that's causing stuff in their world that they don't like, and focusing their attention on the direction they want to go instead of continuing to manifest what they don't like. And I don't see a downside to that. When you feel better in your own body, when you love yourself more, you love other people more, love thy neighbor shit, it changes the world. And so like when I get that question, I don't really know how to answer it because I don't like know exactly what do you mean. And I mean that genuinely because I don't really look at that kind of content to know exactly what people are talking about. So if you have something specific to address, but otherwise I'm like, oh, you're talking about a toxic relationship. My personal opinion is to get the fuck out. But that's my personal opinion. Mariah Carey, why don't you get the fuck out? But I also believe that you can manifest anything. But usually, like, I made a video about manifesting a toxic relationship years ago, and my opinion on the matter is still the same. You can manifest anything, but like I think if you're trying to manifest a relationship back that was toxic, that says a lot about where you are, and that should be what you're focusing on. Because if you're in a more evolved space, I don't know why you would want that relationship back. But that's my opinion. So my opinion doesn't really fucking matter. You can manifest whatever you want, and you're going to have the experience you think you're having. So if you don't want a person to be toxic, stop calling them that. Killer Pop Tart, you just said, catch me backstage with Kanye this weekend. Have fun. Oh my goodness. And yeah, that's just my personal opinion on it. So we've had this chance to kind of pinpoint where we're self-sabotaging. Where are you self-sabotaging? And hi, Satire. I see that you said you're starting from the beginning, so you'll get this in a while. Hello. You're like, what the fuck? An hour later. So let's talk about self-sabotage. That's kind of where I wanted to lead the conversation today. I don't really get off on talking about specific person conversations. It's just not my thing. I will, but if you notice, my tone changes a lot and I get really sassy because I just like the conversation feels icky to me a lot of times. No shade to you. Just I'm just letting you know. I'm like, oh, I don't want. I see like the chat like continuing. I'm like, no thanks. I really don't want to continue that conversation. So what I do want to talk about though is self-sabotage. I want to hi Paggy. I want to talk about how you self-sabotage. So if you want to talk about how you self-sabotage and it has to do with your partner, that's cool. That's the scope of the conversation. What are you doing to get in the way? Okay, so we talked to a couple people. We have the concept of like when things are good, I expect it to go bad. I'm looking for the other shoe to drop, which of course we know is going to manifest in the other shoe dropping. It's going to reflect what you're going to find what you're looking for essentially. Right? So, oh my gosh, Fly Girls. Oh, I don't even want to say that I relate, so I'm not going to say that. But I'll read your comment. You said, I sabotage by giving myself more work when I know it does not take all that to be effective. You know, and absolutely. And in fact, you're better and more potent when you do precision work, right? When you do focused to the point, like laser targeted work is much more powerful than like throwing shit at the wall kind of work and just like working because you need the validation of producing or of looking like you're doing something, or because we think that work equals money. And obviously that's where you want to look at what's underneath. Why do I work so much? Why am I doing more than I should? Am I a projector living in a Manny Jenny world? That's what I discovered recently. I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I am a projector all the way, and I'm programmed to be like a Manny Jenny, which I'm not like an expert on human design, so don't ask me any questions about it. I know like surface level stuff about it. And then I know about my stuff, but everybody else's, I don't know much. But I know that the world has taught everybody to work, money, hours, trade your time and your happiness for measly pennies and a paycheck so you can keep a roof over your house. It's scarcity, it's lack mentality, it's fear-based. It's definitely the opposite of abundance, which is all exists here now and all is available to you in all moments. And so it's really important that you are practicing thoughts and beliefs that like go with the grain instead of going against the grain. Why swim upstream when the stream is already flowing where you want to go? Why fight the stream when letting go, like we were talking about earlier, detaching will just take you where you want to go? This is so easy says, by the way, I think I say this every time, but I love your screen name. This is so easy says, I think I sabotage my growth by dimming my light, not really using my talent as much as others would be if they can. Oh, the amount of times I've heard people be like, you should do this. You should do this. If I had your audience, I'd be doing this. I'm like, do you understand that I'm doing everything I can to keep what I have going right now? Like, do you know how many fucking plates I'm spinning as we speak? Oh my gosh. If I could just do it all, I would. But I so feel you. And I want to say this right now. You said somehow I feel like I have to get more comfy with being seen. Okay, cool. I have actually two things to say. First thing I want to say is like when you feel like there's so many things that you could be doing with your talents, you're right. So what I want you to do is pick the thing that you like the best, or the things that you like the best. If you could be doing a million things with your talent, I believe you. You're talented. Of course you can. What do you like to fucking do? Pick it. Okay. And then it's not about, well, I could be doing all these things or I should be and I'm not doing enough. It's my time is focused on the things that I love while I'm here. Because what else would I be doing? Why wouldn't I be in my zone of genius? Read The Big Leap if you haven't read that book, for sure. That'll be a good book for you. But really focusing on like, I'm just going to do the things that I'm best at, or that light me up when I do them, because that's me in my truest purpose. Yes, I can do all these things, but I love doing these things. This is what lights me up. And then you spend your time doing that. And then if you're not doing that, then you know what to do to change things. It's not beating yourself up. It's doing more of the stuff that you actually enjoy shining your light upon. And then you said, somehow I feel like I have to get more comfy with being seen. Okay. So I'm going to tell everybody, I'm actually going to pop up the Big Beautiful Dreams Club little scanny doodle QR code on the screen. BigBeautifulDreams.com. What's happening this month is on I think it's the 28th. Leanne, is that the 28th? I can actually, my Google Calendar is probably faster than the latency of this live stream. On the 27th. So on the 27th of this month, in the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, I am hosting a masterclass called Born to be Seen. And this class is going to be obviously about being seen. And we're going to be dealing with the underlying stuff that makes it so it's hard for you to show up, for you to be seen in your light, why you dim your light, why you dim your shine. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be life-changing. That we just did it, girl, last week, and it was fucking amazing. And I'm just like, I'm on fire right now for master classes because I really like the energy of like potent, short, to the point. Like, here's the thing we're talking about. It's a deep dive. We get it. I always call it the master classes and the master trainings. Get in, get the information, get out, go apply it. And like, that's what I really like to see. Like we were talking earlier about that energy of just moving and doing things. So on the 27th, I'm hosting another masterclass. This one's going to be called Born to be Seen. So anybody that, if you're a content creator, if you're an influencer, you're a business owner, you're an online person, you're a musician, an artist, an author, an actor, you're somebody that is on camera, online, you go live, whatever it is, and you deal with feelings of not being good, feeling not feeling good enough, not wanting to go live, not being able to create your content, not knowing what to say, feeling insecure, not posting what you've made, not being able to shine your light, feeling like you have to dim yourself in front of people, kind of all of that whole tornado of I can't be seen and I have to dim my light. And even for those, like if you're at a level where you are seen and you don't really have a problem with it, but now you're trying to get to the next level and you're realizing that you need another layer of vulnerability to be opened up, Born to be Seen is going to be for you. It's happening inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. So here's the deal. If you're a Big Beautiful Dreams Club member, you automatically get this, okay? So if you want to sign up for Big Beautiful Dreams Club right now, you will be automatically enrolled in that masterclass. Otherwise, if you are not a member of Big Beautiful Dreams Club, I will be dropping it for sale, but not until the last week of March. It's only going to be on sale for, I might set it up. I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking I wasn't going to sell it until that week. And then I don't know. But either way, right now, if you want to be in for sure, the Born to be Seen masterclass, joining the Big Beautiful Dreams Club is a good idea because it's coming up on the 27th and you'll get immediate access to all of the content inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, which is all about building and scaling your business off of your passion so that you can make money doing what you love, building your audience, building your products, selling your offers, selling on social media. Right now, the game plan inside of there is actually a program I taught on social media called Social Media Superstar. So this is actually a really fucking amazing month to join BBD Club, bigbeautifuldreams.com. If you join right now, it's $59 a month, and then you're automatically enrolled in Born to be Seen. Otherwise, if you're not a member of Big Beautiful Dreams Club, there will be an opportunity to sign up for that. It will be more expensive than the Big Beautiful Dreams Club membership, by the way, because I want people to join BBD Club. So you can get into it, but it's going to cost more to just buy it a la carte than if you're a member, just so you know. So, and then you'll have to watch out and wait for when that drops because it's not available for sign up yet, but everybody that's in BBD Club is already registered. Woo! Thank you for giving me a moment to share that and explain and invite you. And if that sounds like something that you're interested in, if you want a space to nurture the growth of your business, to nurture your concepts of fame and manifesting these big astronomical things that most people won't let you talk about, and you feel kind of weird telling people that you want to be a billionaire and you want to write novels that change the world and you want to be the next Oprah or whatever. That's completely normal. That's what we do inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. $59 a month, bigbeautiful.dreams.com, and then you'll automatically be enrolled in Born to be Seen, which is our masterclass for this quarter. Tiffany, I got to screen cap what you said. So I'm just taking screenshots. Sometimes I like to take screenshots of your answers of the questions, so I know exactly what to help you with and how to create classes and opportunities and trainings and even the content that I put out that will help you on your journey. Okay, so your homework this week is I want you to look at where you are self-sabotaging. How are you doing it? And then, of course, the challenge I'm going to give you is to do your 360 method. I want you to be watching out. And this is for the people, if you've already been through 360 method, you've already taken it, you've mastered it, you think you know. For the people that have just joined 360 method that we haven't started yet, we're starting on the 25th. 360method.co if you want to go deeper into this, if you want to learn how to be a master of controlling your thoughts, controlling your manifestations, manifesting your desires fast and easy. Or you've never heard of 360 method before and this is the first time you're hearing about it, or anywhere in between, your homework is going to be the same, okay? I want you to pinpoint where you self-sabotage, how you do it, what happens, why you do it, what makes you self-sabotage, and how you do it. So basically what I call it is your own personal brand of self-sabotage. How do you get in your own way? What does it look like? What causes you to do it? And then you're going to be using your 360 method, which is awareness and discipline. Okay. So you're watching for the times when you do the thing. So if your thing is every time stuff gets really good, I start looking for the other shoe to drop. I start worrying about when is it going to go bad again? You're going to be paying attention for those type of thoughts. They sound like, ugh, yeah, but this kind of thing doesn't last. Or, yeah, I know there's probably something wrong with them though. Or, this is good, but it can't last forever. And also I challenge you to even create and list out the thoughts that you're actually thinking in the moment. Again, this is 360 method. This is like the actual stuff that we do. So I'm giving you a little taster of what it's like. So you're going to look at when you are stepping in, what you're thinking, what that is causing you to self-sabotage. Whether it's dimming your light around people because you have a story that says being seen is unsafe. And if that's the case, the Born to be Seen masterclass happening on the 27th is for you. bigbeautifuldreams.com. If you want to sign up for that, you'll get automatic enrollment. It's happening inside of that membership. And maybe you're somebody who, let's see, we have stuff that we want to do, or excuse me, you have stuff that you don't want to do. You have stuff that you're afraid to do. You have stuff that you're avoiding. So you don't do the things that would put you at your next level, and it causes you to stay stuck and frustrated. And this is where we start working on taking action every day. You're being aware that you're doing these things, and then you're doing the discipline of actually changing and redirecting the action, the belief, the behavior, the thoughts, whatever is going on, whether you're thinking it, you're acting it out, whether it's a reaction, whether it's a gut instinct. I want you to be paying attention because sometimes your gut instincts are, like run or, like you should leave. Sometimes your gut instincts are also linked to past trauma and fears and things that you don't want to experience again. So being able to have an awareness of, okay, right now, everything in me is telling me to run from this relationship, but also that's what I do every single time. And it's why none of my relationships last past 3 months. And I don't want to say like if your gut instinct is telling you like, oh, this person's creepy, discernment, right? This is where discernment comes in, but this is the awareness part. This is looking like, am I feeling these feelings of walking away because there's actually something wrong with this person? Or am I feeling these feelings of walking away because that's what I do? And then having the discipline in the moment to say, oh no, this person's fucking weird. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I don't know why my mind's going there, but I also want to say, like, please keep yourself safe. That is not exactly where I was intending to go with the conversation. But also then being able to say, you know what, this person is good. Maybe their red flags aren't red flags. Maybe that's just things that I am afraid of. Like, they're too close to their family. Is that really a bad thing? Or are you scared that you're going to be seen on a deeper level? Or you're going to have to compromise? And again, just kind of like having the wherewithal to question your own responses, expectations, fears, worries, and then do the thing that matches what your ideal self would do. And sometimes this happens in a second. And that's why 360 method is so important, because we teach you how to do it automatically. We teach you how to really stay on top of the focus and the awareness, and then change the behavior or the thought in the moment, mid-sentence. You're changing the thought before you even let yourself begin to think it. 3 words in, I don't think so. Because you understand that every single thought you think and sentence you say is taking you to a reality. Whether it's one you want, that's the question. Are you saying something that you want to experience? Hi, Fakiha. Are you reacting as if the world around you is unfolding the way you want it? Are you reacting as if the world around you is unfolding in a way you don't want? Hi, Chelsea. Curly Cure says, I don't even notice that my thoughts shift. I just get so happy my manifestation is here. I stop paying attention. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to screen cap that too, because this is where awareness is so important, right? 360 method is always awareness and discipline. You must be paying attention. You have to be watching out and seeing, oh, I just switched from yes on top of my thinking to I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to let whatever happen, which can be a power stance, unless when you go to I don't give a fuck what happens, you start chipping away at the reality you've created, which it sounds like you have. And again, everybody does this different. That's why I call it your own personal brand of self-sabotage, because everybody does it in a different way, but we all have the way that we do it, right? We all have the way that we start diminishing what's good in our lives so that we can protect ourselves from either it going away, from it being taken away, from the rug being pulled out from underneath, whatever that thing is. Again, there's a fear of loss of some sort, a fear of no longer having it, a fear of being taken advantage of. Again, it's vastly different for every single person, but for every person, there is a commonality in the way that they do it within themselves and the way you do it for every topic. It doesn't matter if we're talking about money, if we're talking about love, if we're talking about self-esteem, if we're talking about friends, if we're talking, like, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. The way you respond and the way you act, the way you feel victimized is the same. So catching it in the moment and then redirecting it is the only way to change these really deeply rooted patterns, these deep grooves that we talked about earlier, where it's like you're going down the same path, you're acting the same way because it's the path of least resistance. You've believed this for so long that it's easier for energy to flow in that direction. I'm going to read something this is like really, I'm going to explain something that's kind of advanced. I'm just going to say it's advanced because I know people aren't talking about this shit. And I don't know how it's going to sound, but this came through meditation. So, okay, here we go. Remember we talked about okay, I'm just going to read this, what I put. It says, God is eternal, energy is eternal. Everything is given because this is a 0 point field. Anything focused on is /must be /is conjured. Focusing upon it instantly calls it forward. Staying focused on it allows it to remain and expand as you add to the creation of it with your perceptions of it. Example, a chair becomes more than just a chair as you imagine sitting in it. Now it has value, purpose, meaning, potential, expectation. The story unfolds, and so do the rearranging of particles to flesh out the emerging story. And when you sit upon the chair, your story becomes identified with being a part of the story of the chair, and you link yourself to it. The chair now becomes easier to conjure because it is stored in your memory banks, aka automatic file selection, as there always has to be a program running. So, okay, so it explains it further. Imagine this is like stuff that came through in my meditation. Imagine if all of a sudden you lost your expectation for one moment to unfold like the next. You'd be flashing through realities by the millisecond that were so vastly different it would blow your mind. To change the hologram and physical reality, you must change your focus on the 0 point field. You must focus on this new story in order for it to grow and unfold and populate in your reality. Then sit on the chair, identify with it. When you know it's yours, it gets stored in your recent files folder from which the images of your reality are pulled from. This is like what my meditation. I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I like that's the kind of stuff that they're sending. So by the way, if you want to have access to information like that, you should meditate every day. So, and that will be in my book. So I was just thinking, I'm like, they're getting an excerpt from my book that hasn't even been written yet. So you said, why do we always shift back to our old thoughts when we can't ever get fully away from healed from our childhood? The reason why was just what I explained. Okay. It's kind of like it's like a computer system, okay? And if you've listened to me in the past, I've talked about how there's a fail safe where the movie 50 First Dates. Go watch 50 First Dates. I'm going to spoil it a little bit. If you haven't seen it, it's been 20 years. It's time to watch it. In this movie, the people, they have memory loss, right? So one of the characters, or I won't say who, one of the characters, every time they go to sleep, their memory is erased and sets back to one specific day. So their life has gone on like 15 years, and every day they wake up thinking it's like 15 years back. So eventually what happens is the people in their family create like a video montage of everything they've done over the last 15 years. And every single morning, this person wakes up and they're like, and there's a sign that says like, watch this fucking video before you do anything. They watch the video and then they're reminded of all the things. And then that's how they remember where they are now. Okay. But there is this underlying, what they called in my meditation, a fail safe, which is like a regenerative starting point in a video game. Like, when you die in a video game and you start back up at that one spot, that is in place so that you don't go off seeing billions and billions of realities by the millisecond, because you have to be anchored somewhere. It would blow your fucking mind. And they're like, trust us, we've tried. They're like, just believe us. It's not good. We've already tried it. So the stuff that is easier to get to is because you think it most often. And like there's a recent files folder that is like, it works in conjunction with the failsafe. So back to the movie of 50 First Dates. There's also a character in that movie called 10-Second Tom. His memory resets every 10 seconds, every 10 seconds, every 10 seconds. And they showed me that we kind of have something similar. So like, when you walk through a doorway and your memory is completely wiped, you go back to like your last level of consciousness, like we talked about with the video game, that you're wherever you saved your game last, essentially. So there is this like neutral point, the road till now, if you will, of like all of the amalgamation of who you've been and what you've experienced, like the total sum of who you think you are, so that you can continue manifesting this version of reality and it'll make sense for your journey. Otherwise, again, it would blow your mind like beyond what you're capable of like thinking and understanding. So there has to be some level of familiarity and like kicking back this system, the fail safe, getting back online, or however, opening up the recent file folder, whatever was like on top, the most recent reality, you're going to snap back into that, because like there's a certain point where we get too far thinking, or you get too off track, and then, oh yeah, this, right? Like it just kind of happens. You snap back into reality, and it's just a part of being a human, because you have to suspend reality to be here. So they needed to make a way so that even if you start like doing some Einstein shit or you're astral traveling, you're still anchored to reality because you have to be in order for this experiment of Earth to work. So if you want to change stuff from your childhood, you have to start redirecting the flow of energy on purpose, right? If you know that energy flows down the tributaries of your childhood, then you need to stay aware in the moment when you're triggered, when you're telling that story, when you're reacting the same way that matches up and aligns to how you felt as a child, protecting that child version, then you have to do the thing that is in alignment with where you actually want to go. And that is 360 method over and over and over every single day, no matter what we're fucking talking about for the rest of your life. And if that sounds daunting, good, because guess what? If you don't do this, you're going to continue to manifest similar to what you have. And that's why if you've been here for a while in this chat tonight, I asked August and I asked Tiffany, are you okay with being 90 and being in the same what you're doing right now? If you are, cool, then coast. Lean back. I just saw like it, like how otters like they lean back and they link their little paws and they just float. Do that. Go float down the fucking river. If that's not okay with you, then stop being afraid to act, because being afraid to act equates to being stuck eventually. Like, it's okay to be scared to jump in the water for a while, to stand on the edge and be like, oh God, am I going to jump? But if you stand there for hours, you miss the whole fucking pool party. Does that make sense? Either jump or don't, but like, don't fucking just stand there like wondering if you should. Curly says, yeah, I always snap back. Like you said, it's a lot of half manifestations. Once I manifested again, though, I'm definitely staying aware. I lost my manifestation too many times. So what I want to say to you is like, let's not wait until that point. You start practicing now, because if you're just, okay, the phrase, what is it? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. If you do not do 360 method every single day and you're not practiced at doing it, I guarantee you that you are going to miss opportunities that you're self-sabotaging that you don't even realize because you're not paying attention. And the cornerstones of it are awareness and discipline, not discipline and awareness. Awareness has to come first. And they work off of each other. But in order to be disciplined, you need to know what you're being disciplined about. You need to know when to discipline yourself, right? Like, you have to have awareness of what the disciplination, is that a word? Disciplination. Sometimes my brain gets fried and I can't even I don't even know what's happening. You have to be aware of what you're disciplining, right? Like, you can't just like, if I just went up to you and was like, discipline, you'd be like, okay. But if I'm like, what do you need to discipline? Awareness comes first, right? What do you need to be disciplined in? The awareness is the first part of it. So you must stay aware. You have to stay on top of this. And I'll tell you firsthand, because I started 360. I built 360 nearly 5 years ago. I've been doing it ever since. And I definitely have had seasons where I'm like way more on top of it, and seasons where I get a little bit lax. It's just like anything. Like, anything that you do long term sometimes gets stale. Sometimes you kind of slack off. Sometimes you get a little bit comfortable, and you have to like reignite and recommit yourself to it. So I've definitely recommitted myself to 360 multiple times, and I see that as a win. I don't see that as a bad thing, because again, the fail safe. I'm human too. I am programmed to forget all of this shit. Every single day when I wake up, it's just like 51st dates. I have to remind myself who I am choosing to be. Oh yeah, things are actually going my way. Things are going really fucking great. Everything works in my favor. I make myself think that. It doesn't just come naturally because I've been doing this for so long. I make myself do it every single day. And I've been doing that for nearly 5 years. And that's why I'm good at it. And that's why I'm on top of it, is because I do it every day, not because I did it for a while and I became good at it and I never had to work on it again. That is how you slip up. And I know that because that's exactly what I've done. There have been times where I'm like, I invented 360. I know what the fuck I'm doing. And then I'm not really on top of it. I'm not really staying as aware. I'm like, yeah, I got this. But you can get this and also miss things because you're too cocky or you're not paying attention anymore. I got this. I don't need to watch. And meanwhile, shit's slipping through the door, slipping through the cracks. You're not even looking. And then they manifest. And then if you're not disciplined because you haven't been aware, so you're probably not disciplined either. You're not doing one, so you're probably not doing the other as much as you should. They manifest, you react, you do your old thing again. You keep staying stuck, even though you're kind of on top of it. You'll do that back and forth thing because you don't get far enough outside of your comfort zone to actually make progress. So 360 method is crucial. I have still yet to figure something out that's better. So I'm still doing it. I'm still teaching it. We're still bringing people in. We're still changing lives. And we start the next round on March 25th. So it's like 2 weeks away. 360method.co if you want to join us. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm really excited. I've been like super on top of my shit, and actually so much so that I'm adding a module 9 this year. So there will be a live module 9 happening for everybody that is in the current 360, and everyone that's ever been in 360 will be invited back as well. So it'll be a huge 360 party where we do and record module 9 live together. So I'm very excited. So yes, Lucida, meditating, manifesting, all that shit should be a part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. You wash your body, you should wash your mind, and there is no exception. Every single day we wash, right? Just because we washed yesterday doesn't mean that you don't smell today. So you washed yesterday, you wash today. I brushed my teeth yesterday, brushed my teeth today. I meditated yesterday, I meditate today. It is a daily thing. It is a constant maintenance job because I am constantly and you are constantly manifesting. That never stops. It never stops. So you can never stop working on it. That's my opinion. Or you'll be like, no shade, Lauren and Dina, who are just talking about how they've been stuck for 5 years. That is not okay. It's not okay, right? Like, I mean, unless that's what you want. But if it's not what you want, then both of you, I challenge you, what are you doing to get in the fucking way? Because I know, at least Dina, I know you do the work. I know that you're going out of your way to stay really on top of it. That means that there's something that's happening in the execution, right? Like when it comes time to apply all this work that you are doing and all of this information that you are consuming, something's not adding up, right? Or you're doing it and you're making progress, and then we're doing that thing of like picking it apart, pushing it away after we get it. And this is why I want you to do the homework of figuring out where is your own self-sabotage. What is your own level of self-sabotage? What is your personal brand of self-sabotage so that you can notice when you're doing it and move forward? Because 5 years is not okay anymore. Like, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Anna says, this speaks to me. I've been so good at making sure I read/revise my script every night and morning, but the last 2 weeks I haven't. I've definitely noticed a slip up, starting it back up tonight. Yes. And I've noticed, I notice if I miss 1 day of scripting, and that's like the most I'll ever miss is like one, like very rarely if I'm like super duper duper tired, I won't script. And it's very rare, but I won't even do more than one night in a row because I've like in the past, I've done like a few and it's almost immediate how fast things start to unravel, what I've noticed. So I just don't even fuck with it. I don't skip scripting and I don't skip meditating. There's just no reason. And honestly, like I don't even want to see what life is like without meditating and scripting for the rest of my life. Actually, I already know what it's like. I lived that way for 35 years. And it's not okay. I don't want that life anymore. So I know that meditating every single day and scripting every single night is life-changing for me. And not as only is it life-changing, but it's life change maintaining, meaning that it continues to benefit and serve me and only gets better and better. And it's not something that has like lost its power. If anything, it's gained power and momentum over time. So to me, like I'm literally not even interested in a life where I'm not manifesting or meditating every day. Because I already know what it's going to be like. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be sad. It's going to be trigger. It's going to be reaction. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I'm 40. I really don't have time for that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the other side of like fun and games and shit when it comes to playing with my life. There's no more fucking time to fuck around. So I'm not going to. It's what I want, period. And that's it. There's no other option. What do I mean by scripting, Michael? So scripting is basically you're writing affirmations. It's like the power of the pen, creating affirmations of what you want to experience. I have a training called my scripting bundle where I kind of go into detail about how to script, when I script, and I do live scripting on the training. It's pre-recorded, but you can hear me do live coaching with other people on the call and just helping them really refine their scripting into the best, most powerful way. But basically, it's just like literally writing your desires into reality. And scripting has been so powerful and life changing for me that I've been doing it every night for 4 years. So take that what you will. Like I said, it's something that I won't stop doing because it fucking works. And like, why? If I had a magic wand, why would I stop using it? Literally, why? What are the reasons? Because I don't want cool stuff anymore. Okay, well then I'll make that decision when I get there. But as of right now, I still want my cool shit. But Michael, if you're interested in the scripting training, you can always DM me on Instagram, or you can email us hello@roxytalks.com, and we can redirect you, or we can direct you to that training if you want to dive into it. Anna says, do you have any tips for meditating? Okay, so Anna, so I also have a training called Epic Meditations where almost just like what I talked about with scripting, I do the same thing. So I talk about my whole meditation process, how I take myself down, how I talk to infinite source or God or whatever you want to call it, the universe. I get all the answers there, how I talk to my ideal selves, how I commune with other spirits and entities, and how to stay in it, how to, actually like use meditation. And then I also do coaching on the call where I'm helping the people that were there live troubleshoot there. So there's like tons of information about how to meditate in these amazing, deep, transcendental ways. I was having a conversation. Actually, it's coming out on the podcast this week. I had a collab with Yolanda Boyerin, who's a manifestation and business coach. And we were talking about, she was talking about some transcendental experiences she's had with ayahuasca. And I've never like done any stuff like that, but I have like the same kind of meditations every single day. I'm having like these trippy things. She's like, girl, are you sure you're not like talking about ayahuasca? I'm like, no, this is my daily meditation. I'm having these conversations. So it is like, and then even today they were like, yeah, you're high on DMT right now. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So like you're able to tap into it on your own. It's all there for you. So I super deep dive into my manifestation, or excuse me, I keep saying that, my meditation practice, how I do it, and then helping others do it in the Epic Meditations training. Because I am actually about to jump off. It's been an hour and a half. So it's about time for me to go, Anna. So I don't have time to dive into it. But I invite you to come back next week and talk about it. And, or if you want to dive into the training, we have one that you can, Leanne just linked it in the chat if you want to grab it. If you are not able to right now, you can always DM me on Instagram and I can send you the link as well. Now, Joy. Hi, Joy. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. Hi, Demetria. I'm just about to pop off. Oh my God. Elvin says, wait, I just got here and you're on DMT. No, I'm not on DMT right now. I was having a conversation in my meditation this morning and I was just talking about like, I remember. Okay. It's just a random thing. So sometimes when I'm meditating, and this also happens when I ground myself in, like when I put my feet in the dirt or like on the earth and grass, I see shapes behind my eyes, like on my eyelids. And I just want to say, I've never done any drugs or anything. So I don't know what it is like to actually like trip or like take acid or anything like that. So I've never experienced it, but I know that like there are certain times when I'm meditating, when I really lock in and I see these shapes like moving behind my eyelids, essentially. It's like my eyeballs are seeing these shapes. And so I just said something off the cuff in my meditation, like, oh, there's those, like, I wonder if this is like an acid like I just said something like, I wonder if that's what it's like when you're on an acid trip or something. And they were like, well, yeah, you're high on DMT right now, because I was just in like super deep meditation. So it was just a funny, yeah, it was just like a natural high. But like, I'm telling you, like I'm tapping into this shit every single day. Every day I'm having these kind of meditations. And like, I've read you multiple excerpts from this meditation journal that I started keeping. And I'm eventually going to put all this stuff into my book because the stuff that they're telling me is just like insane. And, it's stuff that like I just have no frame of reference. It could have never come from me because it's stuff that I wouldn't even like know to think about. And I cannot speak enough to everybody should be doing this. I always harp on it. I get up every single one of my clients ask, if you are one of my clients, you know, I'm like, when's the last time you meditated? Are you meditating every day? Because it is a game changer. It's like, you could run a 3-legged race, or you could untie your lace and just your race. Oh my gosh. You could run a 3-legged race and be tied to, some slow ass or whatever and be all cumbersome, or you could just untie your foot and just book it down the fucking field. I don't know what that was, just the analogy they just showed me. Either way, you like stop working with one hand behind your back is basically what they're saying. And like there's so much power, information, healing, trust, guidance. Like I can't even begin to explain the kind of shit that you can see in meditation, and like you could do it every day. And they're going to make you feel like the best person in the world. They're going to show you that you are the only person, that everything works out for you, and make it so and trust and believe and experience that. Oh my gosh. Oh, yay, Tiffany, I had to take your screenshot. You said Roxy created an excellent meditation program. I've done it and I get so many deep experiences. I even connect with different celebrities and icons. I get amazing information. Yeah, and I do the same thing too. So I connect with icons, alive and past, people in my family, famous people like Lilith, like energies like Lilith, God, Marilyn Monroe, Beyonce. Like, I mean, the list just goes on. Mark Zuckerberg, I've talked to him before. So it's literally anything. And there's just so much that you can gain from the collective. I am about to jump off. Joy, I want to say, meditation, the answer for you. You can find it when you're ready. Your niece will be there to converse with you, but also the disillusionment you feel and the lostness that you feel, I promise you will be remedied in meditation. I promise you. There's literally nothing that like I can tell you that would be even a fraction of how healing and powerful and illuminating your own meditation will be. And I'm just feeling your guides specifically are telling me like they have so much to share with you and so much to tell you and so much to show you. If you can't tell, I think everybody in the entire world should have a daily meditation practice. It's life-changing. It's life-saving. I swear to you, like I swear that meditation is the reason I'm still here on this planet. I promise you. Like, I don't mean to be dramatic. I don't mean to be triggering, but I'm telling you right now, like it is that powerful. And that's part of the reason why I don't even want to like not experience life without meditating, because it's like that much of a difference. It's that worse. So it's almost like not even worth being here without it, to be real frank. That's like how the point I'm at now in my life. It's like, it wouldn't even be worth being on earth without meditating every day, with now that I've seen how good it can get versus how bad it's been. And I know how fast it gets there. It goes bad really fast when you drop the ball of your practice. And that's why I'm so like, if I feel like if I would be known for anything, I really hope it's to do this stuff every single day, to not give up, to not take days off, don't take subjects off, don't take feelings off, don't take topics off. Because when you do that, you create cracks in the armor and you allow, that's where vulnerability, and I don't mean the kind of vulnerability that it's like, good vulnerability, like to open yourself up. I mean it in a negative way, like you're exposing yourself to damage is what I'm trying to say. So everybody, I love you all so much. Please meditate every single day. If you want my training on meditation, Epic Meditations, roxytalks.com is where it's at. Otherwise, you can DM me on Instagram if you want me to send you the link. I cannot speak to how life-changing and powerful and important a daily, consistent practice is of watching what you're thinking, of being super disciplined in how you speak or expect and believe and act in your life, and then being able to expand and stretch that so you can continue moving forward and not get stuck, right? I think that's what everybody wants. So your homework this week, identify the ways that you are getting in your own way. Identify your own personal brand of self-sabotage. And then I want you to practice your awareness and discipline of watching out for when you do it and then stopping yourself when it happens, mid-sentence, mid-thought, mid-action, whatever it is, and redirecting it to where you want to go, who you want to be. And that is 360 method in action. So if you do the homework and you're like, I need to learn how to do this, I want to master this, 360method.co, join us. We're starting up March 25th. If you're listening to this right now and you're like, I don't need to wait, I already know that I want to master this, I need to get in control of these thoughts, I want to learn how to control my thinking and then control my manifestations because of it, join us now, 360method.co. We're starting in 2 weeks. I promise you it's a life-changing practice. It's a life-changing program. If you work this does work, and you can just create whatever shifts in reality that you want. It is like you can do whatever, but you have to be on top of it. And the answer I'm going to tell you right now is awareness and discipline. It's always that. So I'm not going to teach you how to just like one and done, poof, magic wand your life. I don't know that that's possible yet. When I find that, I'll definitely share it. Until then, this is as magic wand as I've been able to figure out myself. So 360 is a magic wand, but you got to keep using it. You got to keep using it and you got to keep using it. So if you use your magic wand, then it's a magic wand, right? Just like a regular magic wand in your hand. If you don't use it, then it's just a fucking stick. But if you use your magic wand, then it can create any reality you want. Just like 360, if you don't use it, it's just a stick. But if you use 360 method, it becomes a magic wand. You become a magic wand. If you don't use it, you're just a stick. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just like that analogy. That's funny. If you don't use it, it's just a freaking stick. So 360method.co. I will be coaching you there and leading you on this chapter of harnessing your power and really coming into fruition and identity with the you want to be, manifesting your ideal reality, creating that free, loving, a beautiful, sexy, joyous, abundant lifestyle that I know you want, and doing it with ease, simplicity. It's the same thing, and speed. So 360method.co to join us and to make this a part of your everyday reality, to start manifesting this reality on autopilot and learning exactly how to change your reality. If you are the person that is interested in the Born to be Seen masterclass, if you are working on being seen in your art, being seen online, being seen in your business, being seen on stage, maybe it's being your authentic self, shining your light in certain company, shining your light beyond a certain level, not dimming your light, being allowed to step into another level of vulnerability and being seen. We are doing the Born to be Seen masterclass inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, March 27th. So 360 starts March 25th. It's an 8-week program. It's going to begin. That's when you get your first lesson. Then our first coaching day will be that Thursday of that week. And then March 27th is a Wednesday. That's when we're having the Born to be Seen masterclass. So Born to be Seen is happening inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. If you're a member, you're automatically enrolled. If you're not a member of Big Beautiful Dreams Club, you can join now for $59 a month, and then you'll be enrolled to Born to be Seen, and you'll have instant access to tons of incredible material to help you start, grow, build, scale your business based on your passions, grow your audience, sell your offers, all those things. And then you'll be automatically enrolled for our masterclass on Wednesday, the 27th. And yes, actually, before we go, I want to leave us on bigbeautifuldreams.com if you're interested in that. There will be a sign up for that separately, but it will cost more to join the class on its own than it does for a monthly membership of Big Beautiful Dreams Club. So if that's speaking to you, consider bigbeautifuldreams.com. Before we leave, I do want to take a moment while we're here, if we can set an intention for the world we want to see, set the intention for the world you want to live in, set the intention for love to spread, for joy to spread, for self-love to spread in the hearts of all humans, for peace to be on all corners of the earth, every area of the earth, in the hearts of all human beings, for all humans to see the light within themselves, that makes them want to shine light on others and only recognize light, only see light, grow their own light, be drawn to light. Shine your light more, brighter, and bigger, no matter what's happening in the world, no matter what we've seen on our TVs or on social media. We all have the choice to visualize the world that we live in, to choose the world, to affirm and select and manifest something different than we've seen. And this is our opportunity. Right now, I'm calling on you. I'm asking you. I'm giving you the opportunity to visualize the world you see. For me, it's all pink. Pink is peace and calm. So I just see like this blanket of peace just like permeating every soil of earth, every piece of soil, every molecule, every blade of grass, every cell in every human body. The feeling of a love so deep within that they only want to share and spread and see more love in the world. EA says, love, peace, and stomachs full. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Shantae, yes, this is me. But I'm about to jump off because it's dinner time. Okay, so I love you all so much. I'm glad you made it for 30 seconds, Shantae. Mohammed, thanks for your kind words. Marcel, Michael, Dina, Tiffany, Leanne, Lucida, EA, Shantae, Kimber, Deep, Joy. We got right, magical for foresight. I love it. Silly Cells, Tiffany, Rogue Star, Manifest Your Life. Everybody, I love you so much for being here. Thank you. Don't forget to shine your light and to watch out for the times when you dim it. If you're catching your light dimmed, turn it back on, shine it brighter. If you're catching yourself doubting, turn the doubt off and turn on the certainty. It's a choice, and it always comes back to awareness and discipline. If you want my help furthering your awareness and discipline, furthering your practice, 360method.co. We begin reprogramming you to be a manifesting powerhouse March 25th. So I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you are just joining, I invite you to watch the replay on YouTube. It's going to go away on Instagram, but it will stay on YouTube, so you can check out the Mindset Monday playlist on YouTube. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me. And if you want to DM me and let me know how this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your takeaways. I'd love to hear your success stories. Please always share any testimonial you have. We love to hear it. We love to see it. And just witness your growth and your transformation and everything that you're going through. We're here for you. Community.roxytalks.com to continue the conversation. That's our free community where you can join other people. All the Mindset Mondays are the Mindset Mondayers. Everybody that's here pretty much right now is in that group. So if you want to continue this chat, community.roxytalks.com. It's our free chat, and you can download the app and stay connected with all your fellow dreamers. If you are wanting to find out more about the Born to be Seen masterclass to help you show up online, show up on camera, shine your light, be the star that you know you are, be on stage the way you're supposed to be seen for who the fuck you are. Born to be Seen masterclass is happening March 27th inside of the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. Your Big Beautiful Dreams Club membership gives you access and automatic registration for that class. $59 a month for everybody that is in the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. You're automatically enrolled into Born to be Seen masterclass happening on the 27th. If you're not in the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, you will be able to purchase it separately, the class, but I'm just telling you, it's going to be more to purchase the class alone than it is to join the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. So both will be available, but the price point is going to be slightly higher. I'm just letting you know that. And the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, you can cancel at any time. So there's no risk involved there. If you're into Born to be Seen, then joining Big Beautiful Dreams Club is the smart choice. And then you get instant access to all of the content in there that's going to help you grow, scale your business, grow your audience, sell your offers, show up on social media, all of the things that the entrepreneurs, the dreamers, the big movers, the ones that are creating their life are doing. That's the place for you, bigbeautifuldreams.com. We nurture you into creating your dream lifestyle and actually manifesting it into reality. And then 360method.co. This is where I'm going to teach you how to become a manifesting master. Okay, so this is for you. If you want to control your thoughts, if you want to get out of your own way, you want to stop self-sabotaging, you want to stop doubting, you want to know what to do in the moments when you're triggered. You want to know how to create and manifest yourself into a new reality, no matter what you've experienced, no matter how you've been programmed, no matter what happened in your childhood, no matter what's happening in your current 3D reality. That is what 360 Method is for, 360method.co. So if any of these are speaking to you, I just dropped the sites. And if you have questions about them, feel free to DM me on Instagram and I can answer any questions for you and we can figure out what the best spot is for you. So I love you guys so much. If you're just joining, thank you so much. Head to my YouTube to watch the replay. The full thing will be posted there. And I love you. Stay tuned for podcast this week because I have a collaboration coming out. And Yolanda that I did the podcast with is a manifesting master. I'm going to tell you this right now, just real fast. Her uncle manifested $42 million in the lottery. So she's known about manifesting her whole life. So she's just like, so good. So our conversation was so fun. Actually, I totally fell in love with this person on our collabs. I'm like, I love talking to Yolanda. I really enjoy our conversations. So that's what's coming up on the podcast this week. We'll be on her podcast, Manifest Mad Money, tomorrow's episode. And then Wednesday's episode will be on my podcast. So two-parters. So so many things. Thank you for sticking around and letting me tell you about what's going on. If you want my help, roxytalks.com and any of the programs that we mentioned. Again, if you have questions about them and if it's a good fit for you, or if you want to tell me about your situation and for me to tell you where I think it would be a good fit for you, DM me on Instagram and we can open up that conversation. Goodness. Thank you, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. I will see you next week. If you're just now joining, head over to my YouTube channel to watch the full replay in the Mindset Monday playlist. All right, everybody. I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful week. I love you. I'll see you soon.